Hello everyone, welcome to Fishing with CJ. Tonight we're going to go out and see if we can't catch some squid. To be honest, the water clarity, I've been down there this morning to have a look, the water clarity is not fantastic, although I have seen worse. So we're going to give it a good go, see if we can get some squid. If we manage to catch a couple, I will come home and I will do a video of how I prepare and cook squid. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the tackle that we're going to use. I'm going to be using a Westin sea bass lure rod. To be honest, any sort of light lure rod will do. This one is capable of chucking between 12 and 42 grams, which definitely is in the weight range of the lures we're going to be using, or jigs that we're going to be using. I've got a Penn 3000 reel there, so I think it's a Fierce 2. Again, lovely little reel, and it is filled with 20-pound break and strain braid. I like to finish my braid off with a little bit of fluorocarbon between the braid and the whatever I'm using, the jig or lure, because it's a little bit more durable than braid, and a little less likely to get a nick in it and snap. And I tie that onto the braid using an FG knot. I don't think you can see that. Now, if you don't know how to tie an FG knot and you're interested, leave a comment and I will put a video out on how to tie the FG knot. Fantastic knot. I think it stands for something good knot. It is a good knot for tying braid to nylon. And then the jigs that we're going to be using, well, we've got a selection of jigs. This is my favourite. This is my lucky jig. And it's getting a little bit bashed and battered now, which is a pity because I've not seen another one like it. It's not a particularly big one. It's a kind of small to medium size. It has that nice sparkly colour. It's got a very little bit of luminescence in the tail there, but that's all. And I've caught more squid on this than anything else. This is the nearest I've been able to get to it. It's a similar sort of idea, slightly bigger. And then I've got one of these which has got a light in it, which when it comes into contact with seawater or it makes a current, it flashes red. But that's quite a bright red light, so I think that might startle the squid. But we'll give it a go anyway, see if it works or not. Particularly as the water clarity is not great. That's got a bit of weight to it, and that should cast out a long way. But you can get, I mean, there's plenty of jigs out there. You don't have to spend a lot of money on this. This is a Konichi. It was $3.99 or $3.95. They all seem to work on the day. So that's what we're going to be doing. And as I'll explain on the video, it's a very slow retrieve. And if you think you're going too slow, then you're not going slow enough. So this is my lucky jig. I've caught more squid on this jig than any other. And I don't know why that is, but it just seems to work. Maybe it's a size thing, I don't know. But to be honest with you, any jig will work on the day. Let's wait for it to get dark. Can't wait for it to get dark. Let's get down the beach and catch my tea. See you on the beach. I don't know that we're going to get any. I think the water colour is pretty bad, but we'll give it a go and see how we get on. So let's get no more ado. Let's get a jig out. I bought a few more squid jigs today, and I bought this one, and I didn't know, but it must respond to the seawater because it flashes red when it's in the water, quite a bright red. So might put them off, or it might be the difference between blanking and not blanking. The water's pretty coloured, so a big bright light flashing might just draw them in. If you watch my my boat video, which went out this morning, I did a lot of underwater camera footage, and the amount of squid, jeez. I mean, I had to edit it out. It would have been too long. It would have been a 4-hour video just of the squids under the water. But could I catch one? No. But you know, it was fun and it was great to get out on the boat. So let's see if we can change our fortunes tonight. I do think, though, the water clarity is not great. flashing red anymore. Maybe I've exhausted it. I'm down here with Jay. Jay's open for one as well, obviously. Last time we came down together, neither of us caught. Same technique, cast, and then a very slow sink and retrieve, sink and draw. Retrieve, very slow, very slow. If you think you're going too slow, go a bit slower. There are some big squid about. I know Ben, the amputee angler, was down here last night. He had some, and there was a guy a bit further down the beach, had quite a few. But quite a different day yesterday. We've had a little bit of a blow this morning. I mean, it's been northeasterly winds all day, apart from first thing this morning. So it should have been settling the colour out. Don't know what this flooding tide might do. It might push it away, or it might bring a load up from the river. Whoa, squid on, squid on, squid on. Woohoo! Just got to land it now. Get it through the surf. Feels like a good solid fish actually. Woo! Ah, lost it. Oh no, still there, still there. It was a wave, it was a wave that... Come on. Here it is. Here it is, come to daddy. Not bad. Not bad, I would say. That is definitely my PB squid. And can I hear some music? I do believe I can. Whoa, and cut. That is a tidy squid. Happy days. Well, it's been a bit slow. I just changed over to my lucky lure. And first cast. Yee-hee! Another squidly. Another nice squidly. So that's 2 for tea. See if I'll leave the camera running, see if I can get one on film. Right, is this the curse of the camera, we ask ourselves? Whoa! One more chuck with the camera on, then we'll turn the camera off and carry on fishing without any light on it. Whoa, squid on. Ah, off. But there was a squid on there. I lost it. Right, we'll turn the camera off and we'll put it back on again if something happens. Coming to the end of a great session. Only had a couple, lost one. But the two I've had will be ideal for dinner tomorrow. Squid rings for dinner tomorrow. There's enough for both of us there, I think. So yeah, happy days. Don't take more than you want. Don't take more than you need, they say, innit? Although a few for bait, put in the freezer would be good as well. Whoa, oh, on and off. Oh no. There's two I've lost. Well, they go through in waves, so there might be a few more. Trying to get back into that zone, wherever they were. Let's check the spikes on this. I missed two. Yeah, they're right. Spikes are fine. The warm coat is starting to show wear and tear from where it's been knocked at by their nasty little beaks. But my lucky lure, I don't have to glue that back together. Whoa! Oh! So that's three I've missed. I think that might be the little series of waves that denote the change in the tide. Right, how are we doing on time? How are we doing on time? Right, 1 minute. So we're going to have one more cast. One more cast. Let's make it a good one. Here we go. And that's it.
Ta-da! Got me tea for tomorrow. That's the important part. So thanks for joining us. I think we winkle them squids out because I don't think many were catching because the water's quite coloured, but it wasn't a blank, and that's the important thing. So those lovely squid that we caught last night are going to be our dinner tonight. So I thought I'd do a little video of how I prepare squid for eating. Now I'm sure there's lots of ways of doing it. I like a nice simple way of doing it. Basically, I'm just going to do fried squid rings. So let's see how we do that. So here are those lovely squid. They've been in the fridge overnight, just covered with a bit of cling film. So we'll get rid of that and prepare these things. Look at that, they still actually respond. Now they must be long dead, but there's still some nerve action going on there. So let's have a look at that. Put them onto the cutting board. First thing that I do when I'm preparing squid is we take the quill out. So we've got to find the quill. It's along the back of the squid there, and it comes to that end there. So if you just nick the end here, you can get hold of that quill and pull it out usually. See if we can do that. Just need to get a good grip on it. It's quite slippery. Might be time for a pair of pliers, but I think we'll get it out. Here it comes, come on. I mean, look at that. If you found that on the beach, you would swear that's plastic. So that's the first quill out. Let's do the other one. Here it comes. There you go. There's a second one. So that was a little bit less reluctant to come out. A little bit more reluctant to come out. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to pull the head and the guts. They all come out in one go. But don't discard that because we're going to eat quite a bit of the head and the tentacles. That's my favourite bit. So head and guts there. Bit of black ink there still. And then you see these wings. If you start to peel them, and they will take the skin off when they come off, as they come off. So just get your fingernail underneath there, and then those wings come off. Now we might try cooking these wings just to see. I think they might be too chewy, but we'll have a little go. Maybe we'll fry them up and just see how they go. If we don't have them, the dog, I'm sure the dog will. Bertie's standing on his hind legs. You can't see this on camera, but he's watching this avidly. See, most of the squid can be done without a knife or anything. You know, all I did was nicked it with a knife to get hold of the end of the quill, and then it's just a case of peeling everything out, getting this mantle, nice white meat. You don't want to eat the skin because it's chewy. Most of the skin off that. A little bit left. Get rid of that when we cut the rings, I think. Same thing on the big one. Get a fingernail underneath there, get these wings off, and get the skin off. We will fry the wings. I'm not going to film myself eating my tea, but I'll leave a little comment in the notes if they are edible or not. There we go, nice white meat. There Yeah, done. Right, we'll give that a little rinse. Put them over to one side. Give them a little bit of a rinse. Bit of ink in there, but actually the ink is nice to eat. Quite often, quite a lot of styles of cooking in the Mediterranean where they cook in the squid sepia, octopus sepia. Right, so that's it. That's the mantles prepared. What we're going to do is we're going to cut them to about 3/4 of an inch circles. I'll do one at a time. So nice big chunks. Good chance to get rid of any bits of the stomach that have been left behind at this point. And then they're going to go in a bowl. You're going to get the tentacles, and where I normally cut them just in front of the eye there. So leave behind all the head and everything like that. And this is quite a big one, so we'll cut it in half as well, lengthwise. When we do that, you come across the little beak. I'm going to take that out because you can see they've got a beak like a parrot's beak. It's got quite a sharp set of jaws on them. I would imagine that they would give you quite a nasty nip. And they're going to go into the bowl as well. This is my favourite bit of the squid actually, with the tentacles. A little bit chewy, but to get the beak out. Here's the beak. In there. Let's give them a little rinse. Now, most important, we're going to put some salt. I don't know, about a teaspoonful, and then milk. Who'd think it? But we're going to put milk all over that. Make sure the salt is mixed in with the milk. That goes in the fridge for half an hour. So we'll put that in the fridge. And so while that's chilling, we're going to prepare the covering. Now the cover is all it's going to be is some corn flour, some self-raising flour, a bit of salt, and they'll be covered in that, and then they'll be fried straight away with that covering. So let's get that set up. Not forgetting to prepare the wings. So we'll peel the skin off the wings, and we'll whack those into the milk as well. As I say, I don't know if these are going to be too chewy or what they're going to be, but we'll give them a go. Seems a pity to waste them because there's lots of meat there. So while the while the squid is soaking in the milk in the fridge, and the reason that you soak it in the milk is the lactic acid in the milk helps tenderise the squid. It also, the salt in the milk also takes away some of the not so pleasant fishy taste from it, I'm led to believe. So whilst that's happening, we're going to make up the coating. Now the coating's made up of corn flour and self-raising flour, and we might just put a little bit of salt into that, but not too much. We don't want it too salty. So I'm not going to be very precise in this. I'm thinking about, I don't know, tablespoon or more of the corn flour. That'll do. That's about 1.5 tablespoons, and about twice that in the self-raising flour. Whoops, that's a bit more than I was anticipating, but that doesn't matter. And as I said, we'll sprinkle a bit of salt into that and just mix that up. Just mix that up. On a nice flat plate for coating. And we're going to fry these well, shallow fry them in a frying pan. So let's get that sorted out ready as well. And of course, while we're waiting for the calamaris to soak in the fridge, gives us an opportunity to have a glass of wine. Now, I suppose if I was being traditional, it should be white wine, as it's a fish, but I don't like white wine very much. I prefer red, so a glass of Malbec. And it can't be long now that the calamari will be ready. We're going to have them with baked potatoes, but we're cheating with the baked potatoes. We've got frozen baked potatoes. Just stick them in the microwave and they're done. Did we get salad? No. No, and no salad. We were going to have salad, but the shop sold out. Right, so let's get the calamari out of the fridge. Right, so that's half an hour that the squid rings have been soaking in the salty milk. So what we're going to do now is we're going to coat them in flour. Once they're coated in the flour, what you need to do is just plop them into a colander for a little while, just to help the flour rehydrate with the milk and the juices of the squid. And that will ensure that it doesn't drop off when you're frying. And while we're doing that, we will put the fat on, and we'll put the saucepan on and get the oil heated up. Now, there's a question: how hot does it need to be? Well, it needs to be hot enough to cook it fairly quickly, but without burning it. So what we'll do is, once we got up to what we think is the right temperature, we'll do a little test run of frying one piece and see how it gets on, see if it bubbles as it should. So let's get the camera focusing down onto the work surface. So here's my flour mixture. Here's the calamari that have been soaking in the fridge. So let's get the first one in. First few in. We're going to batch fry these, so because we don't want to cool the fat down by putting too much in. So we'll coat them up. And leave them to rest in a colander. Here's one of the wings. Be interesting to see how they turn out. So they might be a bit chewy. And while we're doing that, we'll get the heat on, get the oil warming up. So that's the last couple of bits going in the colander. And we'll chuck one piece into the fat and just see if the fat's hot enough or the oil's hot enough. Yeah, so that's bubbling nicely. Well, perhaps could be a little bit hotter. I did do a bit because I was impatient. I did try a bit whilst I was doing the powdering of the squid. That's good. And a bowl with a bit of kitchen paper in it, just to put the fried squid once it's done in, just to drain any excess fat off. Yeah, I think that's hot enough. Let's start batch frying some of this. Put one of the wings in, see how that goes. Spitting a bit. Gonna try one of these wings. Just this little one here. It's a bit hot. Yeah. Actually, they were right. They've got crunch to them. I quite like them. Zip. Right, so that's the lot in the frying pan. That's what we've cooked so far. They're all nicely browned. Got to tempt myself not to eat them because we're going to have them with my dinner with a bit of lemon juice on them, baked potatoes and sweet corn. I didn't realise we've got sweet corn. Right, so I'm not going to let you watch me eat it, but yeah, I'll let you know in the comments how nice it was. Thanks very much for joining us. Get down there and catch some yourself and have a go cooking it yourself. See you later.